Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. Better see
What is going on, crypto fam? How is everyone doing tonight? Hope you are doing well. Bitcoin has made a move quite far up, but it is hitting its head somewhere. We've talked about it before. It is at an important key level of resistance, that 200 SMA. We're going to look at that on the chart, but hey, this is your stop right here. I think we're the hottest show out at night. You know, just a personal opinion, unbiased opinion, but that's just me. All right, with that being said, hey, we're here. We're gonna give you some of the most important market news as well as technical analysis that you can actually use for tomorrow. And we're doing this every Monday through Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I don't do this alone. I'm doing it with one of the busiest dudes in all of crypto. He's a trading whiz. I'm gonna bring him up. My man, FB White. Let's go. What's up, dude?
Man, I literally just got woke up by a couple alerts on the chart, man. So then I looked at the clock; it was 8:15. I'm like, oh, look at God, man, look at God. So we back, crypto nightcap, man. A lot of coins are looking primed and ready. We just need some retests. That's it. Tonight's theme is retest and then blast off. So we'll see what happens going into the future within the next couple of days or so, and we'll get you prepared tonight.
That's it, man. We're looking for those breakouts. We're there, so close. And you know, honestly, going into that move, it actually is looking okay. Like if you look at the RSI, like a lot of times you'll see that second retest, you'll kind of see that trending down RSI, but this time it's actually trending up, which is showing you a little bit of pressure going into that move. But with that being said, most important part of this night is you guys. I'm going to get over to the chat. I'm going to say what's up to everybody, and let's get that party started. Crypto Mar, he was in here really early. I was setting up the stream, and he was already dropping in the chat. So what's up to you? Thank you. You are very, very punctual tonight. All right, username, what is up? He is ready for his nighttime stories as well as sharks with laser beams. I know what you're up to, dude. Army Piper, he got that TradeFly logo rocking. Thank you. We got my official logo in there now. So, hey, feel free to throw them in the chat. Much love. All right. Alexander G, best mod in the house. What's up? She's already throwing in the new logo. Love to see it. And let's scroll. French Toaster, hola, my friend. He's crushing the fantasy football league right now. I think he is on top as far as I know. Retro Mike Tech, he said, I've waited all day for the #1 show on Piper Academy. I love it, man. I appreciate you for being here, man. It's all love over here. Go check him out, as well as Trade Intuition. He's on here right now. Go check out his channel. He is doing good things as well. Crypto Pollo, Cluck fam, how you doing? And then Alex O Crypto just coming in swinging, always buying Fly Guy a drink, make crypto sexy again. My dude, I'm just saying, we got that skincare, that skin line coming up here soon, me and FD. So, hey, we're trying to do it all right. But hey, Alex, thank you very much, man. I appreciate you.
It's called that Michael Jackson cream. You know what I mean?
MJ cream.
Yeah, it works on black and white.
It's the Oreo flavor. All right, so all right, man. No, I'm lost. All right, where are we at here? Wix White Fine 89. How you doing? And Wick 589 is in here as well. Always the dynamic duo. Buck throwing up the flags. What's up, my dude? And then that about wraps it up. The Oreo MJ cream. Yep, that's it. I guess that's the name of it. That's the best we could do. But hey, it works. So that's all that matters. With that being said, FD, what's up, dude? You looking at any trades today? You got anything going on, or you just kind of waking back up
Hey, man.
and ready to grind?
You know what? I've been looking at the charts all day. That's why I had to take a nap. Me and Piper had a great show with OC earlier, the trading show around 4 p.m. We had a nice little discussion. We had some setups there. I'm looking at a lot, man. I'm looking at a lot, and I think they're going to play out soon. So we're either going to retest, flip, and stay long, or we're going to, lose some resistance levels or support levels rather, and we're going to flip short. But it's all predicated, like I said earlier, on what Bitcoin does at this level. Right now, it's looking pretty good, so I'm leaning a little bit bullish.
Right on, man. Well, you guys know I haven't given it up yet, so I stayed bullish through this move. So now, the big thing is just getting that breakout. So again, we'll look at that on the charts. Couple things we got here in the chat. I see Crypto Polio saying Ondo doing Ondo thing, so maybe we'll bring that up today, as well as BNB. So that'll probably be what we have time for today, because we do want to push everyone over to Billy Goat Tales this evening. As usual, Tuesday evenings, they're doing their thing at 9 p.m. Eastern. So we try to be polite and push you guys over there as well. So that being said, all right, let's go ahead and get into the news and start moving along with the show. So just in, Bitwise Chief Investment Officer says the most powerful people in finance are allocating to crypto. So, that's kind of cool to hear. And it's a bullish kind of article, bullish sentiment, but I don't know that it's necessarily telling us too much that we didn't already know. But it's good to hear, right? It's a warm your heart article. All right. So let's go ahead and get over to the next one. Even though Bitcoin has been highly correlated as of late with price moves of US equities, we kind of talked about that on the morning show. BlackRock's head of digital assets says it is likely a misnomer to call the cryptocurrency a risk on asset. Now that is an interesting take. That, for me, I mean, we've been saying risk on pretty much the whole time. It moves with risk on, that's for darn sure. There's no denying that. There is a correlation there. As you see risk on assets move, so does Bitcoin. But that being said as well, here I am, a lot of people say, what is its real value? What is its utility? And a lot of people kind of default to saying it's a store of value, right? And look at gold right now. Gold right now is popping. Right? Gold's popping. And that's kind of the thing that, I'm not going to say everyone, but there is some people that say, hey, it's digital gold. And I'm kind of looking at it that way right now. Like, I am not investing in Bitcoin myself personally for any kind of utility. I do not plan on using it for anything to buy or anything. Like, there's no smart contracts, none of that. I'm using it as an investment. And I think that a lot of people are using it in a very similar manner, right? Those ETFs, same thing. They're allocating portions of their portfolio into Bitcoin. People are using it as an investment, right? Because it has done so well historically against the market. It's gone up exponentially. So why not get a little exposure to Bitcoin? So that's kind of where I'm at with it. FD, what about you?
Well, I don't like when people say Bitcoin is not crypto. I mean, of course, it is crypto, but we do have to separate the two. I think Bitcoin has its own sort of narrative going for itself right now. It could be a store of value, a lot of speculation still. It is a risk on asset. Still, hopefully it can start acting as gold. We see gold has been, on the charge lately. But I don't think it's there yet. I think that's going to take a little bit more time, a little bit more adoption, but I think it's headed there. So right now, I do put it in the more riskier category, risk on, category, and the rest of crypto is super risk on, So it's just one of the things that I do. I think Bitcoin, Bitcoin and a couple others, they have stood the test of time. So we can say that they have, store value features. So I definitely agree with you right there.
Right on, right on. Let's give a couple of late shout outs here, because Max H just popped in the chat and he said, Nightcap is live. This is my third episode. I'm trying to watch every night going forward. Let's go, man. We appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by.
Who said that, man?
That's Max H. Max H.
Max H, man.
Yeah,
Max
much
H,
love.
we appreciate you, man. I want to say something too, man. We appreciate you, man. Every comment, every like, every person who watches matters, man. So thank you very much.
Yeah, it's much appreciated, for sure, for sure. Nikki B's in the house. What's up? How you doing? And Clay the Great with his notorious Hootie Who. What's up, my dude? All right, let's go over to the next article we got here, and I'm gonna keep this pretty quick. But this one's kind of funny. SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce says they're allowing regulated financial institutions to bypass SEC rule, which will allow them to custody Bitcoin and crypto. So what gives, man? Like, what gives? You guys were literally going after people, like, and taking legal action against these other exchanges, and now it's like, just bypass the rule. It's all good, man. Like, so what's the point? What's the point? So I don't know, man. I don't know if you have anything to say on that. This one was just one that just kind of like threw me for a loop, and I was just like, you got to be kidding me. So who knows what's real?
Who knows? Yeah, right now it's like one of those things where you can't even really fact check because you don't know what's going on. Like we got to just let the dust settle and see, what happens within these next few months, and then we can, determine if what they say is true or not. Because we can't take everything for face value right now. Not in these, and not in this political environment.
Yeah, dude. So like, it reminds me of whose line is it anyways? The rules are made up and the points don't matter. That's what it seems like at this point. But you guys know what time it is. We got to sound the siren and bring up our boy Elmer Fudd. Let's go. All right, so this is going to stem a little bit of conversation here, but interest rate futures are literally pricing in a recession while the Fed says they have likely avoided one. Interest rate futures are now pricing in 8 Fed rate cuts over the next 12 months, the most since 2008. And history says that more volatility is coming for equity markets. So, I was watching that link that Mark Dutch sent yesterday, and the guy that was talking, a very, very smart guy, and he was kind of talking through different like historical times about 2008, and then the present time with the real estate market, and then he started kind of getting into stocks and the overall market, and he was like, you can't measure this against something. You can't say that it's like whatever year or whatever time. He said this is unprecedented. He said what we're experiencing right now is different, and that's why there's so much turmoil, and that is why there's so much indecision. And just when you're going into like a rate hike or a rate cut, they don't know what it's going to be. They don't know, is it going to be 0.25? Is it going to be 0.5? Like, or is there not going to be one at all? Like there was a lot of, people that just weren't really sure, right? The vast majority of people thought 0.25, we got a 0.5. That would lead you to believe that if you're ripping the band off, as Alex O was saying, then like there's got to be bigger issues. So, that's, kind of the thing here. They're saying we're all good. We're getting our soft landing. Well, then why'd you do a 0.5? Help me understand that. If you're getting a soft landing, you're trying to make it a soft landing, but don't tell me we're on, the glide slope for a soft landing if you're doing a 0.5, because glide slope is a nice, easy trajectory coming down, not this, whoop, now we're going to level out, so think about that. FD, what do you think, man? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, you know what? I was on my morning walk today. It's crazy, and I was thinking about that. I was watching. Can't remember who it was. I know I usually catch a little bit of Meet Kevin. I catch a little bit of I can't remember the other guy's name, but they always revert back to what happened in 2007, what happened in 2000, what happened in the 70s, what happened in the Great Depression or this and that. Excuse me. And I'm like, this time, I don't know, this time is different is the worst phrase that you can use in investing and things like that. But what we're going through right now, we haven't seen what we're going through and then the past 3-4 years is very unprecedented for the most part. We did have some, things like this back in the Great Depression. So if we do have anything to look back to, it is like 1929 is like the biggest one that we could correlate it to. But other than that, you know, we're super like animal spirits are here. Like this is animal spirits for the investors right now. Like I don't think it's going to be major pullbacks. I think there might be like pullbacks, but right now if the stock market goes down with the economy already on shaky ground, like that's just means for a total collapse. I don't think they're gonna let the stock market. I don't think they're gonna let it go down too much. I think if we start going down, we went down like a week. I think if we go down like 2 weeks straight, intervention is coming. So I don't even think we're gonna just go massively down for like for like more than a couple weeks
Yeah.
until some type of intervention is, some sort of a new word that they come up with that's a form of stimulus is coming into the form. So we'll see, man. We never want to say this time is different, but it's been different for the last 2 years. Like everybody's been predicting what's going to happen since like 2022, 2023. Nothing's happened. It's about to be 2025. So I know I missed out on a lot of money predicting what's going to happen because of what happened in the
Hmm.
past. I'm not doing that no more.
Yeah, and if you're looking at the 4-year cycles, right? Like we haven't really followed kind of the traditional path of price action, we'll say, right? And some of that has to do with the ETFs, but a lot of things are just different. And that it kind of like falls in line with what we're saying. So sometimes it's like, hey, you just got to default back to what it is you do, how you invest, get to the charts and get to the fundamentals and stop trying to base everything on, whoa, history says this and, this could happen and that could happen. Remember in the beginning of September, what was everyone telling you? Red September, right? Everyone was saying historically Septembers are bad, and they're showing a lot of the charts. A lot of people were looking at that chart and still looking at it. And I'm not saying we can't still have a red September, but we're not on trajectory to have a red September. We're actually on trajectory to have a green September. So history doesn't always repeat itself, and you got to be careful when you start listening to some of those narratives. But that being said, let's go ahead and get over to the market pulse. First thing we got up here is going to be the economic calendar. And on Thursday, September 26th, which is going to be in a couple of days, you got durable goods orders month over month, GDP growth rate, and Fed Chair Powell is going to be talking. So that is all going to go on Thursday. And then on Friday, September 27th, you're going to have core PCE, price index month over month, personal income month over month, and personal spending month over month. So those are going to be your biggies here in the coming week. So keep an eye out for those. Let's go over to CoinMarketCap and look at the total market cap, which is still, or not still, it is still sitting over 2, but currently sitting at 2.25 trillion. And that is up 1.07% over the last 24 hours. 24-hour trading market volume is sitting at 70.5 billion, which is a 15% decrease. And Bitcoin dominance is sitting at 56.36%, an increase of 0.23% over the last day. Let's go ahead and look at the fear and greed. That is at 51, neutral. No big surprises there. Some of your trending coins, I don't know that I can say that. We'll just call it poop coin here. That is a Solana coin. That is trending, and it's up 13.35%. Bitcoin is also the number 2 trending coin, and then first Nero of Ethereum. So something new for us to look at here that we don't traditionally look at on the show. All right, now looking at your large caps to working its way down here on the top 10. Bitcoin is currently sitting at number 1. That is at $64,380. That's up 2.18% over the last 24 hours. Ethereum is up 0.82%. That's currently sitting at $2,652.70. BNB, all right, I heard that's a shout out there. So BNB currently at 604. And that is down 0.04%. So yeah, we did talk about that very, very so slightly, I believe yesterday, just because it was hovering in the 500s for quite some time, now sitting at 600. So that did pop out in my mind. Solana with a nice little move here. Hey, we've been talking about Solana. We got over top of that point of control. It looks like I think we got a true retest and then a bounce. So not too surprised. I think my high side target, if I remember correctly, was 162. We'll try to take a quick look-see at that on the charts. That is up 6.15% over the last 24 hours. And there was actually some bullish news that came out about Solana as well. So that's probably the reason for the move. XRP, that is currently at 59 cents. Still haven't broke that old 60-cent mark, but it is up 1.36% over the last 24 hours. Dogecoin is sitting at 11 cents with a nice little move, up 2.66%. And Toncoin holding strong at number 9. That is at $5.65, and that is only up 0.79%. Cardano, ooh, Cardano finally joining the fight here, man. 39 cents. That thing was sitting down at what, 35, 36 cents for quite some time. That is a 7.51% move over 24 hours. Ada Ace is probably outside doing a rain dance right now. Tron, that is number 11. AVAX at number 12. And nothing too crazy. Chainlink's a nice little move at 7.1 or 7.75%. That's at number 14. All right, let's go over to the meme coins. Take a look at a couple of those real quick, because I know you degens are crazy and you love seeing some of those. Got a nice little bubble short chart here with market cap, but let's look at the 24-hour price action. Popcat, it's still up there, 12.78%. WIF is at 14.65. What else we got? Mew at 17 or 7.74%. Bread at 8.83. Bonk at 6.54. Floki at 6. Boom at 5.66. And you guys know I'm gonna say it. PP. I'm calling it PP for now on. So get used to it. That's at 6%. So looking good there. All the memes are popping. Let's see what our biggest movers over 7 days are. We got Dog with Hat at 30%. Popcat, man, dang dude, Popcat, there it is, 48.43% over 7 days. Come on, tell me you made money. Tell me you made money.
I'm in the trade. If you would have watched the trading show earlier, you would have saw we broke through that dollar resistance, and now we're headed up, man. We're at 104 right now, so we're all-time highs, and we're about to we're starting to enter price discovery mode. So see if we can hold.
All right, we're coming up quick on time, so let's go to the liquidation heat map. But yeah, there's a show for you guys. Get over, watch the trading show. They're just giving away the good stuff. I mean, what you said, Tuesdays and Thursdays, right?
4 p.m. Yes.
Okay, there you go. Tuesdays and Thursdays, man. I mean, it's free. They're giving away the good stuff. Another show too, Alex O, man. He's doing a morning trading show. He's just giving away the secret sauce in the morning. So go check him out as well. All right. Liquidation heat map on the 3-day. Got a hot spot right about 62K and above, 62.3, 62.5 in that range. You got a hot spot there. We are moving horizontal though, so you can see like the latest trend right here. Got a little bounce moving to the upside, and I don't know, man. I mean, there's liquidity on both sides of price action right now, but in the short term, it's moving to the upside. But let's get over the chart, because we definitely have some resistance. Like I said, this liquidity at about 62, 62.5 is well within play, especially if we have a pullback. So looking at the chart, you can see right now we're building up some pressure here. All right, now the daily is kind of bending over. You can see a reversal peak seeker on the daily, but everything is kind of bending over. But the thing is, like, if you're looking at price action, look at the wicks, man. Like, you can see that the wicks right here, this is a lot of times you'll see this when it's getting ready to break. That right there is showing you it's building pressure as we're retesting an area of resistance over and over again. So a lot of times when you'll come up here, you'll see these, you might get a wick or two, and then you'll have that pretty hard like drop off. But, you know, when we're trying to build pressure up, you know, you'll see kind of a little bit here, you see a little bit here, right? See kind of a similar thing. Let me find some other areas for you as examples. You know, there's that right there. See it again? The bottom parts of the candles there are kind of going up and right. So it's not really an ascending triangle because it's not that flat, but you can just see that the pressure is kind of building up as it's retesting that area. So, you know, full transparency, yesterday when I was looking at this, I was like, hey, we got some indecision on the candles here. And I was looking for a little bit of a pullback, right? I thought that this area plus liquidity was just kind of bound to happen. I thought we'd see a little bounce off of this area. Now I wasn't thinking anything too crazy. I thought we were just going to pull back, get a bounce, and then try to come back up and retest. It doesn't look like it wants to do that right now. So pretty hard to say, but as of right now, I mean, we're pretty much in the same spot that we were at yesterday. So we're kind of just in a wait and see mode. We are at resistance. I would look forward to break before I get too crazy. Now, the thing that happens when Bitcoin's up here and it starts consolidating in an area of resistance, sometimes it makes that move up, right? Well, altcoins have a tendency to follow. While Bitcoin is just chilling at 64K, well, altcoins now have that opportunity to start moving. So they're, you know, you'll see kind of that transfer of, you know, liquidity into some of the alts, and now they're having their opportunity to kind of move up. And I think people are feeling a little bit more comfortable, right? So we came down here, everybody kind of got out of the alts and they were like, all right, hold on. We're going to move this into Bitcoin. We got that bounce and it started moving its way up. And then it's like, okay, now we're cool again. Let's go ahead and flow that money back into the alts. And some of those things are just moving kind of hard, especially the memes. But those ones, it's a casino sometimes with those guys. So, the levels for me haven't really changed. If you guys were watching yesterday, you can still see it. We're sitting up at the 200 SMA. We haven't really, I guess, I mean, technically we just closed over the 200 SMA, huh? So technically we got to close over the 200 SMA. That's interesting. But now we still have this horizontal level, and I'm not going to back off that level because, I mean, just look. Came up here, wick, rejected, and then it was both support and resistance, and it was resistance for a breakdown twice. So I'm not going to really back off of that. That's going to be kind of my line in the sand, is that we need to get over 65.1, and that would hit that smart target too. It should be pretty sweet if anybody took that trade. But
Yep.
that's going to be my line in the sand. All right, so we get over that. I would look personally for a retest if I was going to take a trade on it. If you're not already in, I'm already in. I'm down at 50K when I started. So, that's what I would look for if you're trying to get in after this move. So this is not where I would get in. This is where I would get in. And that's just kind of a quicker, scalp trade. What you got to contend with? You got to contend with the point of control. Like if you take this out, you can see kind of the horizontal line right here. Probably going to find some resistance there. 2021 high, you're going to find some resistance there. Value area high, you're going to find some resistance there. So, there's definitely going to be some opportunities for some scalps, especially some shorts. Not saying short it down to zero, right? Like I don't think that's happening, but a real quick scalp intraday kind of deal. I would be looking at these areas for some price action if we continue that movement up and right. So there's just ways for you to get in and play if you kind of miss this move. All things kind of remain the same. If we're looking at the dynamic reactor, I'm looking for support in that area. There's confluence anywhere between 60,000 and about 59.5. Confluence there with a support level. And then, of course, you got the channel down at about 55.5 as well. So those are kind of my key areas that I'm looking for right now. Like I said, I wouldn't take a trade right here. If I would be more inclined, as crazy it is, on the daily, if you're looking at that, to take a short. But the thing is, I don't like the pressure building up and right, which gives me pause and lets me kind of be like, maybe not. Like I'm not seeing a nice wick come off of it that shows you that there's a lot of selling pressure there, right? You keep seeing price kind of like push up against it. So that would give me pause on a short, to be honest with you. Let's look at the 4 hour real quick though. I just want to see what that's saying. So it's kind of funny. 4 hour kind of contradicts the daily, right? You got a pattern break in the opposite direction right into support with the moving average here. That's the 50. That's the light blue is the 50 right there. So looking at the prime oscillator, it's kind of sitting in the middle. It is working up, but it does look like it wants to bend over as well. But it's kind of getting stagnant in the middle. You're not having these big moves from kind of the top to the bottom where overbought and oversold. It's just kind of like bouncing back and forth in the middle there. So very interesting. If I'm looking at it though, let's look at this high point here. Like when you touch an area of resistance and then we come back up again, it's almost at the same point. So you're not even getting divergence there between these two hits at an area of resistance. It's coming in with the same amount of strength. So, that's kind of what I'm looking at. Bitcoin, again, I would just kind of chill today personally, unless you see it break down a little bit more, then maybe there might be an opportunity for a short. And then I would look for, realistically, if I saw a breakdown, I would probably look for a bounce somewhere in this area right here for me to have an opportunity to get back in. So that's what I'll be looking at for Bitcoin. We are getting kind of close, but I'm going to push it over to FD, let him hit up a coin here, and then I'll try to look at, what do you guys look at BNB? I haven't looked at BNB in a long time, so I'll look at BNB after you.
Okay. So I got Solana. Solana is pretty straightforward, pretty easy. And we know when the market gets to moving, Solana respects key levels very well. So this is one of the ones that's back on my radar. Right now, Solana, we broke from this downtrend. This was the downtrend, this red downward sloping trend line that we've been watching ever since the top. I think it was about $210. So right now we flipped it. We had a little deviation here over in July, but we came back down, held it as resistance again, came back below. Once we did that second hit of the upper sloping trend line, we came back below the 200 SMA. Now we came back up, broke through the downward sloping trend line, and what are we testing again? This 200-day SMA. So this is kind of in the same boat as Bitcoin, but it hasn't flipped it yet. So I'm looking at this to flip. I'm looking at this to continue its ascension forward, and my profit target for Solana to potentially start. So right now the environment is changing a little bit. A couple weeks ago, I was taking all my profits off the table. Now the market is turning a little bit bullish. I need to switch my strategy up a little bit more. Now my take profits will be percentages. So now my first take profit, if we can flip this 200 SMA and we can hold this, maybe we come down to about 150, 149, 148. They might come back down and, stop a couple of people out, a couple of traders who are, below this trend line and come back up, pop back up. I got 162. So 162 for Solana will be my take profit. One will probably take some off the table and see how it reacts to this, see how the market is going, see how Bitcoin is moving, around this time. We also have, I did pull some volume profiles. We do have some liquidity. We'd have some volume in this area, which is adding confluence. Held the 50-day SMA as support. Came down 1, 2, 3 times, held that as support. So that was one of the things that I like to see. And now it looks like we probably on lower, this is on the daily, so on lower time frames. Let's actually go to the 4-hour. Let's go in a little bit more. Let's make it quick. So on the hourly, we can see we're starting to build maybe some sort of flag. Let's actually go to the 15-minute. This is how I get my sniper's view. This is how I gauge my entry. So yeah, it looks like we're starting to flag right under that SMA, that 200 SMA. So we'll be looking to see what happens with Solana. I think Solana is one of the ones that you can easily trade because it, like I said, it respects levels very well. And we can come to the weekly, and it's really like just a few levels that you really need to know. You need to know 124. That's your buy area. If you're an investor, you need to buy. Well, not financial advice. You need to look at buying. If I were you, this is what I would do. I would start buying at 124, 125, somewhere in that area. We probably won't catch any wicks, but looks like we're pretty much, a good amount above that. 135, 136 is another area. And then we had, like I said, the downward sloping trend line at about 150. And then once we break that, we have the 162. We break 162, it's off to the races. We're 180, 200 is on my radar. So that's really just what I'm looking at from a short-term and long-term perspective, trying to get up to flip 150, get up to 162, flip that, go to 180, 200, and then, 210 is the cycle high, or is it 230? Let me see. Yep, 210 is the cycle high. So I think Solana still has a lot of gas in the tank if we do turn full bull here. So right now, still a lot of indecision. But people are, getting a little bit more bullish. So we have to just ride the sentiment. That's what you want to do. You want to put your emotions to the side. And if the market is telling you it's bullish, if the sentiment is turning bullish, you should turn bullish. Be a robot and switch to bullish and keep riding that momentum until, proven otherwise. So, that's why a lot of people miss out on a lot of moves because they let their emotions or they let, things like that get in the way. I have to switch. Boop. I'm switched to bull mode now until proven otherwise. And then, if the charts tell me different or if something happens, boop, I'll just switch right back to indecision mode or boop, bear mode. So it's just really that simple for me. I'm like a robot right now, man. I'm just trying to make money up, down, left, right, A start. You remember the Sonic password, whatever that was, but I'm trying to make, money whichever way the market is going. But it's way easier to make money when the market is going up. Like easy.
Right on, dude. Boop. All right, we're gonna have to add that as a sound effect just for you. Let's go over to BNB real quick, and then we'll wrap this one up and send everybody over to Billy Goat Tales and see my homie Jenna X. She's going to be talking tonight. She did win her karate combat fight, which is super cool. So me and her are definitely pretty cool. Sweet. So looking at Binance right now, man, I mean, it's funny because I had a little buy zone here, this little purple box that I didn't even extend all the way out. It did come down. If I would extend it out, it came right down to it. Should have just left the limit order there, just like I did with Bitcoin, right? But I forgot about it. It is what it is. Golden pocket, that's the whole range there, basically from bottom to top. So about $200 up to the high here in June. And look, that's the golden pocket, right? And then if you look at it, this looks really nice. Like you can see, like it's finding support 0.5, 0.382, and then finding resistance at 0.236 with this ascending triangle. So ascending triangle building, pressure. That's kind of, what I was talking about earlier. And it looks like it's breaking, right? So you got a pattern break here. And now it's sitting on top of the 0.236 as well as on top side of this ascending triangle. The thing you got to be careful with of this one, right? And typically you're going to see this in a different kind of part of price action. And the reason I say kind of be careful with this one is just going back left on the chart. So when I'm going back left on the chart and I'm looking at these right here, you can see, there's a horizontal level of resistance. So that gives me a little bit of pause. So we can kind of split the difference. I'll take candle closes as well as the wick on that one. 632, man. I think there's going to be some resistance there. So a lot of times you'll get these smart targets, but it's kind of in the ether, right? So, get that move up. If you're looking for that move up, I can see a realistic move up to about 632. And that's, for me, that's where I'd be out. I'm a little conservative, right? So I don't get too crazy. 4.68 is a really nice move with a little bit of leverage, right? So might not be a bad play. But this has been a pretty crazy move up. So be careful because, most of the move has been made, right? So from here to here, just where we're at present time, that is a 28% on a pretty larger cap coin, right? So 28% is a big move. So what I do like, we're on top of the dynamic reaction. We're on top of all the moving averages, the VWAP, the 200 SMA. There's nothing left for us to really break on the daily. The only thing that I'm looking at right now is 632 area where you have that horizontal level of resistance. So, I can see that being in play. And if you get on top of it, if you see a move where you get on top of that and you see, a retest especially, hey, man, it could be game one and you could be talking about the high again at about 720. So, because from there to there, I can guarantee you there's not a lot of volume in here. I'm willing to bet quite a bit on it. Matter of fact, what I could do is pull up. I got to turn one of these off. Let's turn the moving averages off and pull up the support and resistance. There it is, the dynamic support and resistance zones. I used to pull this up all the time. Let's see. So there you go. So this right here is showing you volume associated with support and resistance zones. So right here, look at that, man. Right, almost right on the line that I drew as a horizontal level of resistance. There's a lot of volume that's associated with resistance there. There's selling pressure. All right, so that's what I would be looking for if it does continue to go up. I would look for a sell-off at that point. If it does get over top of it, though, and you start getting some buying pressure, you're going to see this one. It's going to extend out because it doesn't differentiate between buying and selling pressure. It's just all volume. So understand that this will grow even more. But if you see that move on the top side, so if you get that retest and you see that move up, there's where your volume is. So that's what I'm talking about. There's a gap. There's a gap between these two areas. So again, if you get on top of this, you get that retest, then I think it's going to be game one. You can see a nice move pretty quick for BNB. So there you go. From there to there is about 13%. That's a pretty nice move. What do you got to look for if it does pull back for whatever reason? You want to start looking at these fibs, man, because they're lining up pretty well. So you got the 0.236 there, and then coming down here. So dynamic support and resistance, the chart prime indicator, and that's actually pretty good if you're looking at it. You can see where there's support, a little bit of resistance here and there. But really, I think the 0.382 would probably be a probably more clear area that I would be actually where the dynamic reactor is. If I remember correctly, the moving average was there as well, the 50, and then you have the VWAP. So there's a lot of support that can be found down here in this area as well. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at on BNB, man. There's an opportunity for a pretty large move. I just think it needs to get over I don't know. I'll say 633 or so. But you want to see kind of that OC retest where you see something where it gets over like that. But you never know, man. If it breaks, it could break and just blast off, and may not have an opportunity to catch that one. But this is the conservative play. This is like, okay, like I'm degening this one up. So up to you, to each their own on how you want to play it. But with that being said, I think we're about to wrap this one up. You got anything else you want to look at?
CBO, man. CBO, my guy CBO Crypto in the chat, man. Shout out to CBO. We got to get him on. He's one of the best in the space with TA, man. I'm telling you, when he was killing it when the market was like, choppy, when the market was like seesawing back and forth, man. So those are the real traders right there, the ones who can make tons of money when the market is just being on some bull. So he was some BS, not bull market, but so he was doing that, man. So he came on my channel. We talked about some stuff. So shout out to CBO, man. We got to get him on.
Yeah, much love, much love. Yeah, hit us up, man. Hit FD up, hit me up on Twitter, and we'll get you on if you're up for it. That would be super cool. A couple late shout outs here. Seth Shepard, what's up? Flats Mac, how you doing? He said, hola. Harp, how you doing? And then Caffeinated Crypto, my dude. Just saying what's up to everybody in the chat. with that being said, we are gonna start wrapping this up. Unless you got anything else. You got any else you want to look at? You good?
No more charts, man. Most of the charts are everything is looking, you know, if things aren't pumping right now, we having a little bit of pullback in some of the altcoins, but I think right now is a little bit time to start to think about adjusting your strategy, your trading strategy, because the crypto environment should dictate how you trade. It dictates how I trade. Like I said, you know, usually or the past few weeks to a few months that I've been taking profits very quick. Now I'm thinking about holding them a little bit longer since, you know, the market is turning a little bit more bullish, and I'm a little bit more confident to take some of the trades, you know, some of the bullish setups that I've seen. So, you know, I've been making, you know, this past week, man. We called it all last week, man. We've been talking about it all last week, so hopefully this can continue. Oh, and with BNB, is going to be some CZ news coming out at the end of the month. So watch the chart
Uh-oh.
around the CZ news, because if we do get some good CZ news, I think he's like getting out or getting off house arrest or something's coming up around the 29th, I think.
Yep, 29th.
Yeah, so be looking out for BNB to potentially have or do that breakout that you just was talking about, just off the, you know, sometimes it needs a little push, and I think that might be the little push. Sometimes you gotta incorporate fundamentals a little bit, but you know, right now that technical chart does look like it's primed and ready as well.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, but like I said, there is definitely a sniffing area of resistance there, so definitely look for that to break first. All right, yo, TradeFly, nice win last night. Welcome. Oh, hey, talking about my Commanders. Yeah, my man. All right, yeah, Commanders look good last night. Well, I'll take that back. The offense looked good. The defense looked like badootie, but the offense, Jaden Daniels is the truth, bro. He is the truth. That dude, he played out of his mind last night. All right. Y'all see, you got me off. You got me off the railroads again. But that being said, hey, I'm gonna pull this up real quick here for Billy Goat Tales. Push you guys over there just so you can see what it looks like. There you go. Boom, shakalaka, right there. So go over to Billy Goat Tales. Check out those guys. They do a space every Tuesday. It's fire. Love those guys. It's a great team. And let's go in there strong. Represent the old crypto nightcap, because you guys are just being, you know, just part of the fam now. So we got a nice little core group that I pretty much see in here every night. So I appreciate you guys. It is much, much appreciated. Again, check those guys out. And with that being said, we are going to get out of here. Thank you guys again so much for stopping by. Thanks for being interactive in the chat. That is much appreciated. Please hit the like and subscribe. We would also very much appreciate that. And you guys have a great night. Trade safe, be smart, and we're going to see you guys tomorrow. And hopefully we're talking about some higher numbers. So we're out of here. Take care.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change.